Okay, so it's time to go out for a ride, and today it's going to be on the T160, the Triumph Trident T160. So it's 1975 Triumph Trident T160, 750 triple 3-cylinder. So last throw of the dice really of MVT, Norton Video's Triumph, before the whole thing collapsed. So this and the Norton Commando 850 Mark III, they were made like together, and they were trying to catch up, desperately trying to catch up with the Japanese. So we've got electric start, which does work well on the Trident, unlike the Commando. We've got rear disc brake, we've got front disc brake. I've got twin discs on mine. They were never twin disc, but that's a sort of common upgrade. You've got triple carburetors, and the other main thing really is you've got the gear change on the left and brake on the right, I think, which is American legislation, I'm not sure. And of course on the T160 they slanted the engine forward as well, which gives it that much sportier look. It looks like the bike's going when it's just standing still. The original Tridents are upright, like a Bonville, but then the BSA made the Rocket 3, and when they made the Rocket 3, because they had to make it different obviously to the Trident, they inclined the cylinders forward, and I think basically this is an acknowledgement from Triumph or MVT that it looked a lot better with the cylinders inclined forward. And then of course we've got 4 exhaust pipes. It's only a 3-cylinder, but we've got 4 pipes, and I think basically they did this to make it look like it was a 4-cylinder, because the early 70s everyone was obsessed with 4 in line, 4 across the frame. The Honda 754, the Kawasaki Z900, and then later the Suzuki's, the GS 750 and so on. Everyone wanted a 4 in line across the frame, and the best that Triumph could do was a 3, so they gave it 4 pipes to make it look like a 4. I mean, people will try and tell you, oh well, it's actually better gas flow and so on. I'm sorry, but that's just absolute rubbish. All Tridents up to this point, and BSA Rocket 3s, they had a Siamese pipe, so it was, and they all ran fine. It's just a lot easier to do that. Of course, I mean, having said that, you see the BSA has a double frame, does it? I think that's a double frame down, and so it's easier to, with the engine tilted forward, I think it's easier to get the exhaust out. Obviously the original Tridents, they were vertical, so it wasn't so easy to get the exhaust. You could get the exhaust past that down frame, but with the engine slanted forwards, the down frame is right in the way of the middle port, so to some extent, but fortunately I would say it calls for an extra, that the pipes to be split to make it look a bit like a 4. But I love the bike to bits. It's a fantastic bike, but the reason I've not been riding it, this is my first ride on it this year, is because it's in need of some sort of major work. Number one, I'm fairly sure that the pilot jet on this left-hand carb is blocked. Okay, and why do I think it's blocked? Because I've been getting a bit of a stutter, and then I went to adjust the carbs, and you've got the air screws here on the side. These are the air screws to adjust the sort of tick over the pilot circuit, and the other two carbs adjusted, but this carb, you turn the screw in and out, it makes no difference whatsoever. None. Fully out, fully in, it's exactly the same, which suggests the pilot circuit is completely blocked. That's why air screwing makes no difference. So I've taken that out and I've sprayed some carb cleaner down. I don't think it will clean it, so I know I need to take the carbs off to do that. Then also I think I've got a slight oil leak from the cylinder head from the front rocker box, which is why I fitted an upgraded, see, that's like a standard rocker box tappet cover, and then I fitted an upgraded one, but it still leaks. So I think it's actually leaking from the bottom of the rocker box. I think it's leaking from around under the rocker box rather than from the tappet cover. And then the last ride I had out on it, it seemed to develop a bit of a leak from the primary chain case. And so the plan was over winter I was going to do all that after I'd finished the match list. Well, the match list is just about finished now. In fact, I'm waiting for the last bit to be done. The idea was the match list to be done like over winter, and then in the spring I'd sort this. But of course, where we're almost into July, the very end of June, and the match list is only just finished, and so this has been waiting. I thought I must finish the match list before I do the other bikes, and so it hasn't been done. The match list isn't. I'm just waiting for a new fuel tap. That's all I'm waiting for. But until it arrives, I can't do anything. So I thought, right, I'm going to go out on this. And I'm going to check, see how that carb does, see how the oil leaks are, so that when I do come to work on it, I know exactly what the problems that I'm dealing with. Right. Anyway, so let's get fired up and let's get out to Derbyshire. It's not a bad day. It's going to be grey. I think it's going to be dry. Hopefully, it's going to be a bit cloudy, but it's warm, and above all, it's not windy. It's been very windy the last few days. It's not good on a bike with windy. It's it's unsettling. Whereas it's nice and calm today. So should have a good ride out. We'll see how we get on. Okay, chaps. So we're ready to roll. Ignition on. Now I've got a flash sort of ignition system from Classic Motorcycle Upgrades, I think they're called. So I've got this warning light that tells me I've got no battery charge. If it flashes really fast, it means that I've got no oil pressure, so it's combined electrics and oil, which is great. So if that goes whenever I'm riding it, or no oil pressure, that means no battery charge. And if it comes on and stays on, then the battery is overcharging. So that's a really good little thing to have. Right, petrol tap on. Tickle 1 carb. Tickle centre carb using the extended tickler that they put on the T160. Chokes on full, chokes on down by the carbs on the T160. Okay, glove back on. Why did I take my glove off? I can't remember. Okay, and electric start. There we go, and lights on. Off we go. The overcharged light was coming on, but it's gone off. There's something on in the park today. It's all the parking. Choked off. Watch out for the misfire. We're going okay, but the bike's, it's not running right. There's something wrong. It's only running like on 2.5, but we're fine. But there's definitely something wrong with that left-hand cylinder. It's not. You can tell it's not firing right. But we've still got great power. It's great. It's fabulous to ride. And in a minute we're going to open it up, which I'm so looking forward to doing. And even though it's not running right, it's gonna go. Let's go. so good. Hey. Yeah, that's blown the cobwebs away a bit. It's so good to be out on the T160. I've been out, you know, getting on for a year probably. Touch wood, everything's okay at the moment anyway. Yeah. Bike going well. I can tell it doesn't want to tick over. You know, which is fine because I know I've got a problem there. And I know I've got a problem with the, you know, the air screw on the left carb. But it's pulling like a train and it's great. I've been out on the matches for a while and to be out on a bike with some power. It is great and comfy. Of course, this bike, unlike many Triumphs, this loves revs. You know, above 6,000, well 5,000 it starts, you know, looking lively, thinking about it, and then anything above 5,000, between 5 and 8,000, it's like a bloody jet plane. It's fantastic. But, you know, like even now, I can pootle round, what, 2,000 revs, and we can pootle around the back lanes, and we got decent suspension, so we're fine. It's just I've got that, you know, if I go right down low, you can probably hear that, you know, it's not happy. Well, we've arrived in what I can only describe as a bit of rain. But we're here. We've arrived at Money Ash. Hurrah! Let's have a look. Oh, we're not doing bad oil leak wise. Yeah, got some from this rocker, but what I was worried about from the primary chain doesn't seem to have materialised, so that's good. Let's see what we got. Ah, blimey and Riley. It's already acute, it's only 9 o'clock. Oh, yeah. Hiya, pal. Not yours, no. Sorry? Nice. Morning, Joe. Okay, folks, well, here we are out at Money Ash. The sun's come out. Oh, it's just gone in this minute as I start talking, but there we go. The bike's done really well. Yeah. There's a bit of oil. Yeah, I've definitely got a slight leak from the primary by the look of it. But got a squashed fly. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got a primary leak there, so I will have to have a look at that. But apart from that, it's gone really well. Let's have a look what we got. Beamers, Hondas. Oh, have they got my friend's gone on his goods. He has got a new goods here. Harleys. Big queue for the caffeine. A lot of goods is out today. Off-roaders. What's that? A new bomber. Well, I'd say new Hinkley bomber. And some off-roaders and some more Harleys. Nice. It's nice. It's just nice to be out here. And I've actually spent a nice leisurely time this morning out here. Didn't rush. Must have been out here for about an hour this morning having a chat with people. And it's always good to have a chat with some bikers and that, and just talking bollocks about bikes basically. Anyway, it's nearly time to go now, so we'll be packing up soon. We've got Beamer. Oh, Suzuki Bandit. Oh, Suzuki Bandit, but made into a tricycle. Haven't seen a Bandit for a while. Yeah. Oh, that's all good. It's a Sunday morning. We're out at Money Ash. Everything must be all right with the world. That's all I can say. The problem is, I was a bit worried about this before. I think I'm only running on 2 cylinders. But I'll worry about that when I get home. Okay, I think I'm only running on 2. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm only running on 2. I think it's... But there's not much I can do about it now. I don't think it's the plug. I think it probably is the plug, and I haven't got a spare plug, so I'll just have to nurse. I mean, it's going amazingly well considering it's only going on 2 cylinders, but I'm sure it's only going on 2. It's a bit of a fast. I thought it went just before I got to Money Ash. I thought it just before I arrived at Money Ash, I thought, yeah, no, plug it. Sunshine! We got the view. We got the Peak District. Oh yeah. We got a pretty crook engine, but hey, we're still rolling along at the moment. Right, well, we've made it back. Yeah, I mean, I've just put the heat gun on, so what's this? I mean, it's all sort of about 100-ish middle. Yeah, but that's hot. Yeah, you see, if I go near the top, it's 200 odd. And if I go this side, then we're down, way down. You know, it's not running on the left at all. The heat is just a transfer, I think, from the hot cylinder head. So yeah, so it's that left cylinder deciding not to play ball, and it made it a bit of a stressful, you know. So all the way back from Money Ash, which is halfway through the run, I've been on 2, and so, you know, not much fun really. Worried about, you know, well, obviously it wasn't a very enjoyable ride, but you know, I'm worrying about what it's doing to the engine with only sort of the right hand side of the engine working, and you know, Don't know what that's doing to the crankshaft and that, but anyway, we're back. I'm guessing it's probably just a spark plug. It could be the carburettor. As I was trying to say on the ride, I don't know if I managed to get that across, but on my old Z1, I had that, I cleaned the carbs out and I'd left some stuff in the carbs, you know, and it wouldn't run on number 2. It wasn't running on number 2. And I eventually worked out that the air pilot, the circuit was still blocked, but the carb, it wouldn't run at all. Well, I thought, well, I'm sure it'll run with a blocked pilot circuit, but anyway, I took it off, cleaned the carb out, and sure enough, and that was the problem. It was a blocked pilot circuit prevented the carb from running at all. So maybe it's the same on this. I know, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the engine cool down a bit. I'm not going to work on it now. I'll change the plug, see if that makes any difference, and also check the spark, and then I'll see if that air screw is working at all, because I squirted carb cleaner down it before we set off. You know, and see if the cylinder will actually run, and B, see if that's providing, you know, if actually working the air screw. And then I just need to try and work out, there was this leak from the front of the primary when we were out. Just need to work out where that's coming from, which should help us when I come to mend it, if I've got an idea of where it's actually coming from in the first place. It's a shame, because the bike was great, you know, the first half of the ride was brilliant. I was just coming in towards Money Ash, and nothing, no, that didn't quite feel right. And you know, like you do, I put it to the back of my, just like imagining it. I know it wasn't running that well at low revs with the carb not being right, and I thought, you know, but no, it just went on to 2 cylinders just before Money Ash, going on the way out. Anyway, we're back, and it's good now, because what I'm going to do now is, well, I'll see if I can get that cylinder working. Doesn't matter if I can't, but I'll see if I can. And then this bike is just going to sit for a while, because I'm then going to service the Commando, because that just needs a simple service. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the Commando at all. So I'm just going to service the Commando very quickly, because it just needs a service, you know, checking the chains and changing the oil and adjusting the tappets and so on. And then that's done. Then I should have 2 bikes running. I should have the Commando, well, 3 bikes under Honda, and hopefully very soon the matches will be back up. I'm just waiting for a new fuel tap to come, and then when I've serviced the Commando, then I can get on to doing the more major work on the T160. With that leak from the rocker box, you can see there is, you know, just a little weep, but annoying weep, and I'll have a look underneath in a minute, see if I can identify a bit more where the leak from underneath is coming. Unless it's the same, it can even be the same leak as this that's run down, and obviously eventually it ends up at the bottom of the engine, but I don't think so. But we'll have a look. But apart from that, you know, the bike's going really well. So leak, those oil leaks, adjust the tappets, change the oil and stuff, and get that damn cylinder working. Apart from that, we're all good. Anyway, great ride, you know, in many ways, and you know, it's a shame, but you know, that's you know, considering, you know, I haven't touched the bike since all over winter. There's probably the carb, the spark plugs are probably fouled over the winter. You know, they often do these damn NGKs, they just stop working, and it's probably just that. And then I've just got to clean the carb out, sort out that air screw, make sure it's working, do those oil leaks, and we're back in business. Hey ho, hey ho. All the fun of British motorcycle ownership. Hurrah. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I've got a spark. Very good spark, very good spark. So, not the plug or anything. It's it must be that damn carb. So you know, as I said, I've had that before. whereas a blockage somewhere in the pilot system, and I know it is blocked because the air screw's not responding, and somehow it's sort of spread or whatever, and now the carb isn't working at all. So I'm not doing anything now, but at least I know. I thought maybe I'd just replace the plug, but no, there's no point. So I'll leave it now, and at least we know what we're facing, and that is the fact that it looks like that carb isn't working at all on the left hand pot. Ho hum.